Welcome to today's session. My name is Debbie McComb. Today we're going to make a beautiful corn chilli. We'll go through the ingredients in a second, but before that, a couple of things you need to do. Make sure you wash your hands before you start cooking. Wash them properly and dry them. Also a little bit of safety around knives. Make sure once you've used the knife, you put the knife away safely as well. And when we go to the hob later on, make sure when you're using the hob, you always hold the handle of the pan to make sure it's safe. Okay, so we're going to make a corn chilli today. Some beautiful ingredients. We'll start off here. We've got some lovely veg. So I've already chopped the onion. We've got some celery, a green pepper. So we've used some nice fresh veg. Now we've got some tinned tomatoes, tinned chilli beans. Now this is a little bit different. Sometimes people use kidney beans. These are actually in a chilli sauce. If though you're making this for the family that don't particularly like chilli beans and kidney beans, you could use baked beans. So to give a little bit more tomato as well, we've got 250 millilitres of passata, which you can just see there. If obviously we've only used half the carton, so what you can do with the rest is put that on a pizza topping or through some pasta. Our spices today are chilli powder, and I've picked, I think, just a mild one. We've got half a teaspoon and a teaspoon of dried herbs. And here we have the corn. So we've got the corn mince here. Now because corn mince doesn't take as long to cook, we're going to start cooking the vegetables first and then add the corn. If you want to do this with minced beef, what you would do is you would start to cook the mince off first because it takes longer to cook. Okay, so that's all of the ingredients for today. So I'm going to start doing some prep work here. As you can see, things are in bowls. The reason behind that is once all the ingredients are ready, when we go over to the hob, we can just carry them all over, so we're not walking up and down the kitchen all the time, and it does look a little bit tidier as well. Okay, so I've done the onion already for you, because obviously I don't want to be crying on camera. Next we're going to do the green pepper. Now you could buy any other colour pepper you want, but I think green is nice with this. So you've got quite a lot of red with the chilli and the tomatoes. So just to do this in some nice chunks. So you often, when you get the green peppers, you get them in packets of 3. If you do that, you could do some of the other recipes that we've maybe done, like the sweet and sour chicken, and use the peppers for that. Nice crispy green pepper. Last little bit there. Take it off. Put that to one side. And if you're doing this with the family, you could obviously get the children to help you get the vegetables ready and obviously make sure they're safe with the knives. So that's our pepper. And the celery is nice because it's going to give it some crunch. So a couple of slices, stalks of celery. Stalk of that. So as you can see, there's quite a lot of ingredients. We're not using a huge amount of corn either. We're just going to use 300 grams of corn. If you use a minced beef with it, you'd use 250 grams, because what you're actually doing is you're actually building it up with all the vegetables and the tinned tomatoes and passata. Okay, so just go through it again. So now we've got our onion. 1 onion chopped, 2 stalks of celery, 1 green pepper, tin of chopped tomatoes, tin of kidney beans in chilli sauce, passata, bit of mixed herb. Now if you want to put more chilli in, that's personal choice. I'm just putting half a teaspoon in. And we've got a bag of the corn mince, which is 300 grams. And we're going to use some olive oil to cook it. This is with garlic, so again we've got another flavour in with all the flavours we've got already. Some nice garlic olive oil. Okay, so next thing we'll do is we're going to go over to the hob and start cooking. Okay, the oil's ready now. We're going to add our onion, our celery, and the green pepper. So what we'll do with that is we're going to give that a nice little stir. So as I said, if you're using the minced beef, you put the mince in first, then add the vegetables. The corn doesn't take long. It does take about 5 minutes or so just to soften a little bit, because we're going to leave it to cook for 30 minutes anyway. Let's give that 5 minutes just to cook now. Okay, we're going to add our corn now. See, that's cooking away beautifully. So the corn you cook from frozen. So what will happen now, as it heats through, if the oil and the veg will start to break down and have the consistency of mince. That's our onion, celery and peppers in. I'm just going to do this till it goes nice and soft, and then we'll start to add all the wet ingredients. Swap those around a little bit. We've got our herbs as well. Just give this a couple of minutes, and then we'll start adding everything else. Doesn't take long. Quorn is obviously very healthy for you, a lot healthier than mince. If you do buy mince, so try and buy the one that's the lowest in fat, which is less than 5%. Okay, so we popped in the chilli powder and the mixed herbs, and we'll give them a little stir in. As I said earlier, if you wanted to have it more spicy, you could add more chilli powder in. I just use the mild one. Be aware with this as well though, because we've got the kidney beans in a chilli sauce, so that's an extra flavour of chilli as well. So now we're going to add our chopped tomatoes. And you can see now the colour started to come, which is lovely, isn't it? So you can see now why I did use all the green vegetables, just to add that variation of colour. And now the kidney beans and chilli sauce. There's a stir in. An alternative, as I said earlier, you could use just the kidney beans, which you drain, or baked beans if kids don't like the kidney beans. As you can see, for the very small amount of ingredients we had, it does make a huge big pan of chilli. Enough for 4 people. And our final thing is passata, which is just a sieved tomato, and that just gives us a little bit of extra liquid on it. Mix that through. Oh dear. There we go. So that's going to bubble away for a couple of minutes. So what we do then is we're just going to put it on to simmer for about 30 minutes so the Quorn and everything just mixes together to a beautiful flavour. Okay, chilli's ready. Now I'm going to put it into a serving dish. It's absolutely delicious. A lot of steam as usual. There we go. Fabulous colours. Now we'll talk a little bit about serving suggestions. Now the thing with chilli, there's so many things that can go with it. So I'm just doing a little dish here for you to see. So what I've picked is some sour cream and some grated cheese. So we're going to pop that in the dish. But also, if you wanted, here we have some of the tortilla wraps. Now a lovely thing you can do with these is cut them into triangles. You get about 8 out of each wrap. Put them on a baking tray and spray with some spray oil. Pop in the oven for about 5 minutes and they go crispy. They're absolutely lovely. You can dip them in. Okay, so I'm just going to serve this just so you can see what it looks like. There's our chilli. Other things are rice. You can do a little teeny bit of rice with this. Baked potato. There we go. A little sprinkle of grated cheese. Looks absolutely delicious. Altogether, that would probably cost no more than about £4. So about £1 a head, which is really good. So I hope you try this at home. Enjoy it if you do, and stay safe. Thank you.